This is Just a Few Questions. I'm your host, Marc Sims from Chicago, and I have Marcia Logan on the line from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hi, Marcia.
Hey,
I
Mark.
have to do part two, man. You were rolling. You were sounding like the angry black woman. Are you the
Oh
angry black woman? Are
no,
you the angry black woman?
I most certainly am the angry black woman.
Are you a
I
bitter black
am.
woman?
I'm quite bitter.
Are you just a bitter woman?
I don't know. I'm proud to be an angry black woman. We
You
have a uniqueness to our angry and bitterness.
On the first podcast, we were talking about the crime and murders in Philadelphia and in Chicago. They had an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer, people can look up, about the crime in Chicago and the crime in Philadelphia. Nice article. But let me ask you something. Why do black people, I'm not talking about anybody else, I'm talking about colored folks, Negroes, African Americans, ADOS. Why do black folks kill each other in Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit, Houston, Dallas? Black folks kill each other. Why do we do this, Marcia Logan?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just such self hatred that we just don't connect with one another. I mean, the only time we really get angry is like the other day. I think a 18-month-old was grazed by a bullet. And what got me is that the way the article was presented. 18 years old. Oh my God, he was grazed by a stray bullet. What do you think happens when you shoot willy nilly? And of course, you might hit a child or a woman or
So you
anybody.
said it
You
was
should be
18
just as
month or 18-year-old?
18 months.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, but what do you think is going to happen? Babies are going to be immune. The bullets are going to say, "Oh no, don't go that way." If you're going to fire out willy nilly, you may hit someone's man, woman, child, or beast. Don't you know that? And my thing is, why are we so upset when a child gets hit versus when a anybody gets hit? You should be upset,
Here,
especially
here.
by this wanton, crazy gunfire that
I,
you just.
I know.
I mean, I'm hearing gunshots now I never heard before. I grew up in here in Philadelphia, and I never used to hear just gunshots in the middle of the day. I'm like, oh my God, what is that?
Well, here in
You know,
Chicago, we had a late great, just passed away last year, late great psychologist here in Chicago, Dr. Karl Bell, who was phenomenal. And one of Karl Bell's contention was a lot of that crime and craziness here in Chicago, and I imagine other places like Philadelphia, is a fetal alcohol syndrome. I say about fetal, people can read about Karl Bell, fetal alcohol syndrome, Chicago Sun-Times, read the article. But it's a lot of
mm,
different issues for a lot of different reasons. But we can stop this. Why come the black community just says, okay, I'm talking about the rich black folks, the bougie black folks, the regular black folks, the underclass black folks, and say, hey, we are going to stop this crime. Black communities, poor black communities, working class black communities are not going to be known for crime anymore. There's always be some crime. We know that. But we're going to dramatically end the murder and the crime in our communities. How come our leadership and just regular folks just say, we are going to do this? We're going to stop the crime.
because it's not popular. Because it's not popular at all for the so-called leaders to do it. Because now you've got to deal with the NRA, you got to deal with gun rights, and you got to do. It becomes political. It becomes a political ball game. And also for the community, that means they have to do some work. It's more than just putting on a ball gown and having a party or doing a sound bite. It's you got to get out and do some work. You have to train your children that they are their brother's keeper. That's easy to say. It's hard to do. You have to now let go of that. Oh, I'm just gonna pray. No, no. We need more than your prayers. We need some work. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't know what it takes anymore to do the hard work. We've also been conditioned to believe that suffering gives us some kind of membership into some elusive club of greatness. Like, suffering is good for the soul. No, it's not. But when you've conditioned people that suffering is just their way, they will accept that kind of nonsense, and they won't move as quickly as if they didn't believe that. I mean, there's so many reasons why people just allow the wayward to take over their communities. Unfortunately, we've got people telling us who normally didn't have control of their children how to discipline. Now people are so confused how to discipline, they just don't discipline anymore. So how do you have children who are no longer being disciplined by any means because people are telling you your mode of discipline is
Incorrect.
abusive and everything else.
Yeah.
So these kids are not being disciplined because nobody wants to be viewed or marginalized as someone who's archaic or someone who's given credence to some slave methodology that was used um, to train us. We don't want to engage in that. So now we're not training our children in any way. We're not telling them about consequences. We're feeding into all of the bullcrap of the richer society that, the way you love a child is to bribe it or to buy it whatever it wants or to put it in front of a computer and don't bother it. As a parent, you've given up all of your rights as leaders in your households. And then when the children finally wander out because they've never been given any direction, you're surprised. They haven't been. Not only have they not been given discipline, they haven't been given love either. Because love is not just the collection of things. You have to prove your love to these children by how you interact with them, by talking to them. Part of that is through discipline.
Yeah, well, let me ask you something. I'm sorry to cut you off. This is a short podcast, Marcia. You know how it works.
Sorry.
WURD is a black radio station there in Philadelphia.
Philly.
We had WVON. It's at other institutions. Everybody, mama got a podcast now.
Right.
Well, what I don't hear about is raising children. How come we don't like to talk about this discussion of raising children? Make sure our children have habits. Because
we don't talk about that anymore. We don't talk about the real problems. We talk about the societal acceptable nonsense. What's going on Power or what's going on in Love and Hip Hop. These are the kinds of things that grown folks are talking about. And they're talking about their children. When the whack is the children are quiet and they're in front of a nice computer screen. So long as I don't have to deal with them, no news is good news.
And what I'm saying is, why don't we talk about expectations? Like, I'm honest.
We don't give our children expectations.
I know
we want our children to be happy. We want them to do what their heart, what God has in store, and I guess only God and the child knows. This is what I mean. This hands-off parenting that we do now. Nobody disciplines the child. Nobody focuses on the child. Nobody gives. It's like the parent is just the vessel and nothing else.
Okay,
you're not supposed to tell the child what to think. You're not supposed to do anything. You're not supposed to say anything.
But let's get to the nitty-gritty. I've raised children. You've raised children. And I admit I interviewed somebody years ago whose their children had were more accomplished than my grown children, because I told the gentleman I just wanted my children to get a bachelor's degree in college. That's something I should have done. I didn't do. I was living through my children, so that was a goal, and that we achieved the goal. Right, his children went on to really good schools and got master's degrees, and they really are really well achieving. I understand all that stuff, but the point is that no matter what income level you are, we should have some goals other than I just want my children to be happy. What the hell does that mean? Do you want your children to get
it means nothing.
What I'm saying, you want your children to be in the trades? You want to be a doctor, lawyer, bachelor's degree, junior college, community college? What the hell do you want your children to do?
That's it. They don't give them any. They don't. Unfortunately, now parenting has been redefined as, sideline cheering section. I mean, you don't have the right anymore because now you don't even have the right to call your boy a boy or your girl a girl because genetically he might be nondescript.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
But I'm just saying those kinds of conversations have trickled down into everything. Once you can't make a decision about what your child is in terms of the biology, in terms of what your eyes are telling you, you can't make any other decisions.
I understand that. You're not wrong, and I'm not right. I get it. But what are the expectations for our children?
We don't have expectation talk. You know what our expectation is? To go to church, do Jesus' will, and then come home and be a good person. As long as that child's a good person and didn't kill anybody or didn't hurt anybody, we're okay. We have no more goals. And that's the problem. You ask why these boys are out there shooting. Because they don't have anything. Nobody's giving them any direction. You know who's giving them direction? The gang cop or whoever is out there now. I didn't know that people were still selling drugs. I didn't know. But whomever, they're giving them directions. The gangs. The gangs are saying, look, you go down to this block and you do X, Y, and Z. These are the people who are giving them direction. Nobody else. Teachers can't give directions. Parents can't give directions because everything we do now is abusive. Everything. You can't sit there and tell your child what to do because you're infringing on blah, blah, blah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Nobody is sitting down saying to the child. I remember Dr. Clark once said, if you're going to be a part of a community, we don't need any more barbershops, do we? How about somebody to fix shoes? You do that. How about somebody to fix cars? You do that. He had talked about you can't scream nation time if you can't, sell your own underwear. Get somebody to make underwear. We don't do anything for ourselves. Everything that we need, we have to go out and get, as opposed to training our children up.
Let me go back to this. Just nuts and bolts children. Okay, we have to have some expectation.
We don't.
No.
You know what our expectation is? We don't want to call at work. We don't want to have to come get you. We don't want to have, we want to be able to make it through a work day and not have to leave work early because of your behavior. Go there, do what them people tell you to do, and get your butt back home. That's all we tell our children anymore. There's never any more expectation. There's never any more. There's no more expectation than that.
I know. But do you think the young people are exposed to different? I'm talking about in grammar school and in high school. Different ways to be successful. You can be a carpenter. You can be a doctor.
Nope.
You could be a plumber.
No.
You could be an electrician.
Nope.
You can
Nope.
be whatever, and you can write computer code. I think we're not exposed and really encouraged to do different things.
Nope, we're not.
I mean, because I'm saying if you're in a certain neighborhood, all you know is the hood. Then you see something outside the neighborhood, your identity says, my identity is hood. It's not beyond the hood. I can't get beyond the hood because to get beyond the hood, I have to change my identity.
Yep. All they see is what's on television. That's what's raising them. Nothing else. Everybody's looking at their phones. How can a parent raise you when they're on the phone just as much as the child? They're not having conversations anymore. Everybody's on that device. Nobody's looked. I remember one time I rode past 4 people in the car, 2 parents, 2 children. Everybody was looking at a device. Nobody was in communicate with anyone else. When they go to restaurants, everybody's on the phone. Nobody is communicating. If no one is communicating, how can desires, goals, dreams be transferred, discussed, implemented? No. You're doing whatever Roblox or Minecraft or whatever whatever is taking your child's brain. That's what their expectation is. You hear children all the time. What do you want to be? I want to be a what do you call it? A YouTuber. A YouTuber. What does that mean? But ask little children what they want to be.
I want to be a YouTuber.
That's all they want to do. But what does that mean?
But what I'm saying, but don't young people have to know you have to be able to read?
Nope.
And
they
write.
Don't know that.
Hopefully speak halfway decent, better than Marc Sims. And it's all habits.
Who's telling them this?
Habits.
The adults that's on the phone? The adults that are more concerned with power and empire and all sorts of nonsense than their own children? Who's telling them? Who's telling them about the reading and the writing? The parents who never wanted to go to school in the first place? The parents who are jealous or hating somebody who did? No, we're supposed to just lay back and enjoy ourselves. We're all about instant gratification, and that's it. And I'm just supposed to babysit you to 18, kick you out, and then wonder why you aren't this brilliant doctor, lawyer, or something that I never trained you to be. Because the minute you talk to adults now and say, what are you training your child to be? They're angry. They're mad. How dare you? Like you've offended them by asking them what their role is in the development of their child. We're insane. We really are. We're not thinking anymore. We're not telling our young people, you have goals, you have dreams, you have a responsibility to be a productive member of this community. Oh, my God, no, you might as well kill them.
All right, Marcia Logan, the show is over. I can't thank you enough. I'll bring you back soon, and we can talk about this and that and something else. But we're going to have to solve this crime problem in Philadelphia, in Chicago, and all these other cities.
We're going to have to.
It's disgusting, people. We need to do
something. By
something.
hook or by crook. Somebody's got to do something drastic. And it's not going to be communication. It's not going to be sound bites. It's not going to be newspaper articles. People have to get out of their houses, and they're going to have to look, by any means necessary, turn this around, because it has to be done.